The signal started at 2:17 a.m. Not loud, not dramatic. Just a soft pulse, 3 short bursts, 3 long, 3 short. SOS. Commander Elijah Rowe was alone in the radio room. The night shift always was. The research vessel Calypso Dawn drifted quietly above the Atlantic trench engines, idling lights, dimmed, crew asleep. Elijah leaned back in his chair, eyes half closed, listening to the ocean breathe through steel walls. He almost ignored it. Almost. The radio crackled again. 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. He straightened slowly, heart picking up speed. That frequency hadn't been used in decades. Not since analog emergency transmitters were phased out, not since ships stopped sinking without satellites. Elijah adjusted the dial, leaned closer. "This is Commander Rowe aboard research vessel Calypso Dawn," he said calmly. "Identify yourself." Silence. Then, Statacheviwet. And a voice. "Anyone, please." It wasn't distorted like a normal transmission, it sounded close. Too close. Elijah swallowed. "Repeat last message," he said. The voice returned, weaker now. "We're still down here." Elijah froze. Down where? He checked the frequency band, his stomach tightened. This channel belonged to the Marrow Point, a deep-sea mining platform. One that had been decommissioned. 21 years ago. The Marrow Point had collapsed during a pressure fault. Official reports said all personnel were evacuated, no casualties, no survivors, because there were no victims. Elijah remembered reading it in Naval Archivisa, clean ending, too clean. He keyed the mic again. "Marrow Point, this is Calypso Dawn, state your status." Static surged, then the voice. "Oxygen is low. We thought you forgot us." Elijah's hands trembled. That platform sat over 11,000 feet below the surface. No power, no radio to were no human presence. For 2 decades. He stood abruptly, rushed into the corridor. The ship's lights hummed softly, everything looked normal. Too normal. He reached the captain's quarters, knocked hard. Captain Marina Vale opened the door, hair disheveled, eyes sharp. "What's wrong?" Elijah didn't hesitate. "We're receiving and sauce from Marrow Point." She stared at him, then laughed once. "That's not funny. I'm not joking." He held up the recorder, hit play. The voice filled the room. "Please, don't leave us." The color drained from Marina's face. She turned slowly, grabbed her jacket. "Wake the crew." Within minutes, the bridge was alive, screens glowing, technicians whispering. Engineer Thomas Keene ran diagnostics, hands flying. "Signal strength is impossible," he muttered. "It's not bouncing, it's originating." "From where?" Marina asked. Thomas hesitated. "The seafloor." The room fell silent. Marine biologist Lydia Serrano crossed her arms, uneasy. "You're saying someone's alive after 20 years at that depth?" Elijah shook his head. "I'm saying someone's talking." Another transmission cut in. "They told us help was coming. They promised." Marina leaned toward the mic. "This is Captain Vale who is speaking." Pause. Then, "Daniel Harrow, maintenance lead, Marrow Point." Lydia gasped. "He was listed as evacuatee," read the report. Elijah felt cold. "Daniel Harrow, hat year is it?" Static crackled, then confusion. 1999. Did the storm pass? Marina closed her eyes. The Marrow Point collapsed in 2004. Daniel thought it was still operating. Still waiting. Thomas whispered, "This isn't possible, human cognition couldn't." The voice interrupted. "It's dark again. They're moving." Elijah leaned forward. "Who's moving, Daniel?" Silence. Then a whisper. "The others." Lydia's voice shook. "Others who?" The signal screamed. Metal grinding, water roaring. Then abruptly, dead air. Marina straightened. "Prepare the submersible." Thomas spun. "Captain, we don't have clearance. That zone is classified." She snapped. "I know, and I don't care." The Calypso Dawn shifted course, engines thrumming. Below them, the ocean waited. The descent took hours. The submersible Aegir creaked under pressure, lights slicing through black water. Elijah sat beside Marina, monitor glowing. Depth reading 9,000 feet, 10,500. Lydia watched the sonar, jaw tight. "I'm getting structures, but they're wrong." "Wrong how?" Elijah asked. "The platform should be collapsed. This looks intact. Marina frowned. That's not possible. The lights finally reached the seafloor. And there it was. Marrow Point, standing, rusted scarred but upright. Lights flickered inside. Elijah's breath caught. It's powered. Thomas's voice crackled over comms. There's no external power Sorsino Cablesno reactors. The radio in the sub came alive. You found us. Daniel's voice sounded closer now, almost relieved. We heard the engines. Marina whispered, open channel. Daniel, this is Captain Valerie approaching your platform. Pause. Approaching, but you won't dock. Why not? Another pause longer. They don't like noise. The lights on Marrow Point flickered violently. Something moved behind a window. Not human. Lydia recoiled. Did you see that? Elijah nodded. Yes. Marina's voice stayed steady. Daniel, how many people are with you? Static, then a number. 16. The official crew manifest listed 42. What happened to the others? Marina asked. Silence. Then, they listened. The radio cut out. Alarms blared in the sub. Pressure, spike, external movement. Something brushed against the hull. Slow, curious. Elijah felt the vibration through the seat. What is that? Lydia whispered. Sonar screamed. Multiple contacts circling. Not mechanical. Not animals. Patterns were wrong. Marina's hand tightened on the controls. We're pulling back. The platform lights surged. Every window lit at once. Faces appeared. Palathynes reflecting wrong. All staring at the sub. All smiling. Daniel's voice cut through every channel. Don't leave again. The water erupted. A shockwave slammed the sub, sending it spinning. Elijah blacked out. He woke to alarms and darkness. Emergency lights flickered. Marina was unconscious, Lydia bleeding from her brow. The sub was drifting. Thomas's voice crackled faintly. Aguirre, respond. You dropped off radar. Elijah grabbed the mic. We're alive, but something's wrong. The radio answered him. Not Thomas. You came back. Daniel. Closer than ever. Daniel, what are those things? Elijah demanded. A soft laugh. They helped us breathe. When the pressure came, they taught us how to listen. The hull groaned. Something latched on. Lydia whispered. They're not letting us go. Elijah made a decision. He rerouted, power flooded the external lights. A blinding flare exploded into the abyss. The shapes recoiled, shrieked through sonar. The grip loosened. Marina stirred. Surface now, she gasped. Engines roared, the sub surged upward. Below, the Marrow Point went dark. The radio screamed once more. We'll keep calling. Then silence. The Calypso Dawn recovered them at sunrise. No one spoke for a long time. Official reports came quickly, men in dark suits sealed files. The signal was labeled Natural Acoustic Anomaly. Marrow Point confirmed destroyed. Elijah knew better. Weeks lateral one again in the radio room. 2:17 a.m. The dial crackled. 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. He didn't answer. He couldn't. Because some signals aren't asking for rescue. They're asking to be remembered. And the ocean never forgets.